What's up? This is Jordan Gray from. What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and Dope Living TV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man, Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its official subject.
What is funny?
Yeah,
What
what's
up,
funny?
What's
I
funny
know.
is y'all guessing. Y'all
Hey,
guessing.
I just sit back. Gina was guessing. You're like, is it? Huh? Is it?
Yeah, I am still
on, man. There you
guessing.
go.
So no,
I am
it ain't
still
Marcy.
guessing.
No, it ain't Marcy. Shout out to Marcella Amos doing the thing with the Red Cross, I'm sorry.
You said Blue Cross.
Nah, it ain't Eddie Melton. I told y'all I wasn't going to ask him no more. You know.
Well, it's
what's up,
nobody.
Surprise.
Oh, see there. Frank said it ain't him. No, it ain't Frank. It ain't police. Y'all can keep guessing though. I told him not to pop on yet because Gina could see everybody is down at the bottom. So don't pop on yet.
Gina probably already see who it is.
Yeah, Gina already know who it is.
No, she don't.
No.
Right.
They not here yet.
I told him not to pop on yet. I'm talking to him now. What's up, Chris?
Chilling, fam. What's going down, y'all?
Man, we got today. I did this for y'all. We got a special guest. All right.
Well, come on with it, then. Come on with it.
Hey, Greg already told me who it was. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, I didn't.
Yep, he told me. You want me to send a text over to y'all? He told me already.
Send a text to
He
him.
sent it to me. He sent it to me already.
All I can tell y'all is this. This person is an entrepreneur. This person is the prime example of going from nothing to something. And the thing is, we know this person's story.
They've been on the show before?
I can't say. Not in the green room yet, Felice. Not yet. I can't say. But I can tell you this person, reminds me of Rachel a little bit because they want people to succeed and they do everything that they can do to try to help people. Because you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
Yeah, I know they watching. You can drink water on here. You can drink whatever you want. You can drink whatever you want. So handle that business, man. So let's narrow it down a little bit, okay? Do y'all think it's a man or a lady?
I think it's a lady.
Okay.
I think it's a female.
Okay.
I think it's a guy.
See, Chris on my page. Chris always on my page. But all of y'all got an answer.
If he say we all wrong, I'm jumping off.
You said what? You said what?
If you say all of us wrong, I'm jumping off.
Hey, actually, I was getting ready to say all of y'all wrong, but I said no, that wouldn't be right. But this person is an entrepreneur. They like to help you strategize. You know what I'm saying? Strategize.
They like to do what?
They like to help you strategize your business.
Okay.
To make it work. To make it work. And literally, this person has gone from I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna make it work.
So I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna move to Texas, and I'm gonna do it big for everybody.
Texas.
Dang.
Texas.
Texas.
Not Texas. Sorry.
You were thinking Naya?
No.
Who?
Somebody else.
Oh, okay.
He was thinking who?
Naya.
Naya. Who was that?
You Victoria.
Oh. Okay.
Who
is that? Who is that?
The person you about to bring on.
Huh?
Wow. She was on the show with us. She used to be on our
He know who it is. That's the person he about to bring on.
No, I know who it is, but I can't say right now.
That's the person he about to bring on.
Well, why do you say that, Chris?
Because she called me already and told me.
No, she ain't called him already and told him nothing.
She called and told me.
Okay. All right. Frank said your daughter from California. See? Now you're thinking, bruh. Because she's done literally. She moved. Let me stop.
Right.
B said, let's see. Hey, guest. Hold on. Let me text them and let them come on. Let me text them.
He said Jeff?
I thought he said Jeff too.
Come on, y'all. We not.
Jeff.
Sound like you said Jeff to me.
He did say Jeff.
Yeah.
I didn't say Jeff.
Yes, you did.
I did not say Jeff. But anyway, again, please make the intro, Felicia. They're getting tired of me already. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired of you too.
They said, come on. Yeah, it could be a couple.
Faye, you already know who it is.
It could be a couple.
Huh?
Faye already know who it is.
Anyway, y'all welcome to guest. Welcome to guest. There she go.
Yeah, she is. I told you.
I told you it was. What up, sis?
Nyla.
Hey. See,
No,
I did guess right.
No, you didn't know.
No, I guessed right. Y'all just said the name.
Y'all just said the name.
Wow.
Hey, sis, thanks for calling me and letting me know.
Whatever, man.
What you been up to?
Y'all cheated.
Whatever.
I guessed right. What my $1,000?
This lady right here, man. This lady right here, man.
Oh, it was a reward. What my $1,000? Somebody in here owed me $1,000.
Literally, she is the antithesis of going from nothing, literally nothing, to having everything that she dreamed of and still, making her dreams come true. She's an entrepreneur, man. She calls herself the Wi-Fi money coach. She's a consultant. She is a success coach. And she wants to help people grow their business, all right? This is our little sister, y'all. When we started this show a long time ago, Nyla was on there, had the big hair, and
the big hair.
and she was just, she didn't know what she was going to do. Seriously, she didn't know how to make the next move, okay? And right now, she's flying all over the place, helping people strategize their business. Nyla, man, you know what? It is so good to see you, sis.
It's good to see you guys too. I miss you guys.
Man.
She's all grown up now.
Right.
I know.
The last time she was on here, she was like 14.
Right. Yeah, right.
She wasn't quite 14, but she was really trying to find a way. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to find a way, and she found it. And here's the thing: she found it without anybody's help. Okay. She grinded. She slept on couches. She did whatever she had to do in order to make sure that her gray matter continued to move. You know what I'm saying? Nyla, tell everybody where you started from. Not when you was born, okay, but tell everybody when you first got here? How what was your situation?
Man, when I first came on the show, what was that, 2021?
21, yeah.
Yeah, 21. I was unemployed, actually. I was unemployed. I had no idea what I was going to do. I didn't know. I was just got my license and insurance. I was talking to Gina. I was trying to do wealth. I was doing a whole lot of everything that I was like, it's not working. But I was struggling. I really was. I was struggling. I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay my rent. I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay all of my bills. And you and I had numerous conversations, even with Chris and Maurice. It was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I got to do something. You know what I mean? So, it was hard. It was hard, but I will say that you guys inspired me, and I knew that I wasn't going to just stop. Right? I knew there was more from my life. I knew there were other things that were out there, and earlier that year, I had just graduated. I had just graduated with my human resources and organizational leadership degrees, and I have 3 degrees. And I am probably one of the biggest advocates for saying that college is not I would not recommend it. It's not in this day and age, maybe 30 years ago, but not now.
Right.
And I don't, not saying I don't use my degrees, because they do help in a lot of areas, but I knew that just going to school and getting a degree, especially post-COVID, was not something that was going to help me not be an employee. I would say that much. So
you worked it out too, man. And with that mindset, okay, we talk about a whole lot of stuff on the show, okay? The mindset, the getting from this place to the other place, being intentional, holding yourself accountable. We talk about all of that, okay? And she's done all of that and made a career, because you don't punch a clock, do you? Not at all.
Nope,
She
I don't punch a clock. Nope, just me, my laptop, my phone. That's it.
Hey, now one thing we know you're not regular. Oh, regular.
That was her line.
Regular.
But
yeah, regular. That's what we used to use. Regular. You remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
That's what I gotta find one of them shows that Nyla was on, man. Replay that one.
Yeah, was that back on Facebook though? Was
man,
it?
No, we was on StreamYard.
Beginning.
Yeah,
we was on StreamYard.
I think we was just learning StreamYard though.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, it was new.
It was back when Tree used to come on a lot.
Yeah, Tree and Mark.
It was a little bit before that, actually. It was we had Mark, we had Marcy.
Marcy had just started coming on.
Yeah, my brother was on, and it was packed on this little dais, but now this is all about you today, man. So so you did all of that, and you didn't know where your next penny was gonna come from. How did you make that transformation? Okay, because you literally picked up and moved, right?
I did. I moved to Houston. Well, now I'm not even in Houston. I'm in Arizona now. I went to
hell to hell.
Yes, I went to Houston, but then they had hurricanes, so I had to leave Houston.
After the first big win, you was like,
Yeah, well, we from the Midwest. We don't really have natural disasters like that.
Right.
We don't have hurricanes. I mean, we might have some tornadoes, but we don't have hurricanes and tornadoes at the same time. So that was not going to work. So I just got to Arizona actually a couple of months ago.
Okay. So you were in Texas for a minute.
I was in Texas for about a year. I was in
What
Texas.
What part of Arizona?
I'm in right outside of Phoenix. I'm in Queen Creek.
Scottsdale?
No, the other side. I'm in the East Valley.
Oh,
Queen Creek.
Got you.
Queen Creek. Yeah.
Yep, Queen Creek. It's a new one developing. It's new out here.
So now
Yeah.
you can basically do what you want, when you want, how you want, because you've learned how to strategize differently. And when you first got to Houston, how was that? I mean, did you have a support team there, or you just went on your own?
I did kind of just go on my own. I did kind of just go on my own, and I was like, well, I wanted something new. I was tired of Illinois. And this is what I will say. And I love Chicago. I love where I'm from. But what I will say is that I felt as though there were not as many opportunities. I feel like, and especially, I went to visit Houston first. And even here in Arizona, just being here, my parents moved out here at the beginning of 2023. But what I will say is that I feel like here, specifically in Chicago, I feel like it's kind of like a dog eat dog world. There aren't as many people who are willing to like network with you. Everybody is afraid that you're gonna take from them, and it's not as much of a collective. Versus when I went to even visiting Houston, there were all these people with businesses and all of these people with, who are Black people too, like who have businesses, who were networking, who wanted to help you, who wanted to build together. And then even in Arizona, there are tons of people with businesses. I think Arizona is one of the states with one of the most millionaires in it. And so it was just a different culture. And so when I first got to Houston, it was refreshing. Actually, it was like you see all these successful people, you see all these successful Black people at that, and that was really motivating. And that was something that was extremely important to me. I didn't want to just go. It wasn't just about the weather, which, mind you, is very hot and humid there. I could not breathe, but
Right.
it was the environment in total. I never thought that I would live in Texas. I actually was very against living in Texas. I was like, if I lived,
people don't know until they go.
I never going to Texas, but Houston specifically, I think that was probably one of the best moves I made. Not for what they had there weather wise and all of that, but as far as their culture and their mindset, Houston was probably the move that I could have made.
You can't leave out the food though. You can't leave out the food.
Well, see, I'm from Chicago. Like, our food is the best food.
It is, but they got stuff in Houston that we don't have in Chicago.
But she's vegan though. She's a vegan.
I'm vegan, so I didn't get to experience like Texas barbecue or any of those things, but they do have good food. Houston does have good food, and they have good variety, because in Chicago, they're hard. I moved back to Chicago for a little bit before I came to Arizona, and I've been vegan for going on 4 years now. They don't have any variety as far as like, there are maybe 2 or 3 places, and then you have to go into the city to get them, and it's not there. There's not a lot to it.
There's not a lot of diversity in the food.
No, but in Houston they did have a lot of variety as far as food goes. They had a ton of variety.
That's crazy, ain't it? The place with the most meat. It's the most vegan.
They're very vegan friendly. They had food trucks. They had food trucks in different locations. And I lived 5 minutes from downtown. I lived on the what we would be the Strip. And so I had a house right on the Strip. So I was not far from anything, like getting to food and having like experiences and being able to go places. I was right there.
So did you get a chance to experience the GI folk there? There was a bunch of GI folk that moved there.
No.
I have them get together every year.
She not from Gary?
I know. I'm just saying it's close.
No, I didn't get to experience that. But what I did experience was a lot of, like I said, they had a lot of culture. Just a lot of things that were like for us, by us. a lot of culture there. I did get to experience that pop-up shops where, you know, I went to and performed at spoken word places, speakeasies. There were a lot of different things that I felt like, not that Chicago doesn't have them, but it was just more prevalent. Like everyone was thriving, and there are a ton of people who kept moving to Houston, even that like I know that I went to school with who are moving to Houston.
I know a lot of people moved there.
Yeah,
Now, how did you find your niche?
So what I noticed for myself is that and this is a funny thing because I always call it my superpower, is that I have the ability to identify gaps and create solutions for those gaps. It doesn't matter what the gap is. It's just kind of how my brain works. I'll look at something and I'll see an opportunity. I'm like, oh well, we can do this here, right? It's just how it works. It doesn't have to be a conversation. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything at all. It's just kind of how my brain kind of operates. I go into things and I look at them and I'm like, okay, well, this can make this better. And not necessarily that there's anything wrong at all. And so I noticed that I did that a lot for companies. I did that a lot. And since COVID, have worked with a lot of startup companies, and I did that a lot for startup companies where I was creating, you know, programs for them and helping develop success programs. And even with people in like the educational space or like the new educational alternative educational space where, you know, whether it's real estate or whatever they were teaching, where I would go and I would help them and develop their programs for them and help them, you know, keep going with their clients and their students. And I realized that if I could pretty much help someone not just kind of like propel their business, but start their business and build out things for them, then I could, instead of working for these people and pretty much making nothing, I could do that for myself. And so originally I wasn't starting the business portion. I was just kind of teaching people what their options would be, where there would be more revenue. And I kind of, as I would get feedback and as I would go into like groups and just listening to what other people would need, I kind of realized like, okay, well, this area in particular is where people have the most issues. So I just created a strategy around that. People want time freedom, they want location freedom, and they want peace of mind. That was the main thing. They want time freedom, location freedom, and peace of mind, but they didn't know where to start, or they didn't have a ton of money to do it, or they didn't know how to. And so that's kind of where I kind of like ease myself into being able to assist them in that area.
Okay.
And you're making a living at it, you know, you're making a living at it. And it seems like it's continuous, you know, because I think there's a lot of people out there that need your expertise, right? But the thing that I loved about you, you know, we talked a lot. We used to talk a lot, almost every other day, you and I. And I remember you telling me how afraid you were. And I don't see no fear now. I see no fear whatsoever.
Well,
she got that I'm making a lot of money now glasses on. All the ladies that make a lot of money got them glasses.
Right. Gina has those glasses on. Gina got the
Yeah.
Get these. Not these.
Yeah, but I think about a lot of people. I don't think even know that Nyla performed at the second Distinguished Authors Guild. She did spoken word. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people didn't know you did spoken word, Naya, and a lot of people didn't know that you sing as well.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of hidden talents.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Nyla on the song. She turned me down. She was like, nah.
that is not true.
So Nyla, once you made that transition, and you started getting these people, you started saying, hey, I can do this. And they're listening to me. They're understanding. So evidently I got something that people need. How did you manifest that into the business?
So I actually had a student who was one of my students when I was working for someone else's program that I built out, and I became the head of their student success because I built it. I took it from it being a little powwow and like, hey, what are your wins for the week, and to something where I was teaching them business strategies, business psychology, how to, what to look for. And so I had one of those students reach out to me and was like, hey, I had a couple of them actually. I had the first time was one of the students like, hey, I need your help. I need your help, and they were new. They were coming in while I was leaving, but I guess I had made such of an impact on them that they were like, hey, I want to connect with you. I would like to pay you for teaching me directly. And I was like, okay. So we had a conversation, and then another few students came from the same program and was like, hey, I love how you teach our classes. I would like to pay you to continue teaching me. And so that's kind of how I was like, all right, well, this is working, because I was having PowerPoints. I was actually lecturing them every single Sunday. And I made it mandatory that if they were going to be in this program, they would have to show up to class. And it was class every Sunday. I prepared lessons, and I had lectures, and I had PowerPoints, and we had examples. And then on top of that, we had our individual one-on-ones, but I had this class of people who were engaged and they were learning, and I was teaching them, and that was what was working for them. Every week there was something new, and they had homework. I went to school online, and that helped me, because I went to school online, so I understood what people needed when they're in an online setting.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't understand how to thrive. When I first went to school, I almost flunked out. And it had nothing to do with my ability to my how smart I was. It had nothing to do with my intelligence or my ability to actually do the work. I just didn't understand how it worked. I didn't. I went from going to a traditional school. I had 16 weeks, a full semester, to going to a school where every 5.5 weeks I changed classes. That's every month and a half, I changed classes, and I didn't understand that. So when I started to build out these programs, I took what I knew was necessary in order for people to succeed. And I also took what I was accustomed to. So discussion posts, they had to do discussion posts every Tuesday. I had to do discussion posts every Tuesday, right? And I gave them a grade, even though this was like alternative education, where they were learning a real estate program, or whether it be, they were learning how to do drop shipping, or whatever program I was doing. I took those principles. So I created discussion posts, and then I had my live lectures with them every Sunday, but I made it a requirement that they had to come to class. If you did not come to class, you were penalized, or I had a code word. That's what I experienced, a code word in the live lecture that they had to watch my lecture in order for them to get the code word. They had written assignments based on our, and so I provided them with all the resources necessary. I told them what I wanted them to research, and I treated it like school. A lot of what I noticed, alternative educational programs, where somebody's learning real estate, whether it be, drop shipping or Amazon FBA or whatever they're learning, digital marketing, whatever, they don't treat it like school. And so you go to school for like a minimum of 12 years of your life. And what I know is tried and true. Some people are not good at school. Some people are good at school, but everybody knows how school works, and everyone is accustomed to school. Whether you learn, no matter what you're learning, whatever your learning method is, whether you're visual, kinesthetic, auditory, or you're reading and writing, whatever it is, everybody knows when you go to school, there are assignments that are expected of you. And so all I did was, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I didn't go try to find something and try to twist it up. I took what everybody knows how to do already, combined with what I know works in an online setting and what the expectation is, and I meshed them together and I delivered it. And that's how I used it as a vehicle to deliver the information that I wanted to provide to them, to where I knew that they would retain it and be able to apply it, and it worked, and people started to come to me that way. And then that's how I created, originally it was called RTP Academy, Run the Play Academy, and then transferred that over to Wi-Fi Money Coach and things like that.
So check it. When you're teaching, does it one business strategy or one teaching strategy work for all businesses?
I think the fundamentals and the principles work for all businesses, but I am a firm believer that everyone is a different learner. When I say that, again, I mean, call it BARC, but visual, people who have to see images, auditory, people who can listen to things really well, people who like to listen to audiobooks, that type of thing, reading and writing, where they have to read it to understand it, see the words out, right? Reading and writing, and then kinesthetic, which is what I am, which is kind of a combination. It's a hands-on. So I can look at visuals, I can read it, and then once I do it and I'm actually in the process, that is, when it clicks. And so I think that no matter what kind of learner that is, it may not work for every person, but the principles behind it, and then applying multiple different things, right? So like when you're in school, the teacher doesn't just talk, maybe in college, but not really. They don't just talk to you all day long, right? They don't just talk to you. They're writing on the board. Then they might have you watch a movie. Then they give you a packet that's written out, right? So they're appealing to all different types of people. I think that if you implement those principles and then provide multiple types of resources, it kind of works with all business models. But when I teach, I have classes, now they're automated, and so I'm not live teaching anymore. But when I was live teaching, I'm talking to them, but I also have a PowerPoint up. And then I also have a classroom setting for them. So where they're, going in the classroom, and then, so they have the video. At the same time, they have me talking plus a PowerPoint. So they're for the people who are reading, the people who are seeing, and then I'll share my screen and then I'll go through it. So it kind of all comes together. Yeah. What I teach other people to do is to build businesses for themselves. So I do it in a way that anyone can kind of take the information, they can rewatch the videos, and then they have the PowerPoints and they can put it all together.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking, just so everybody knows, to family right now. This is little sis, y'all. This is Nyla. We've been knowing her for a minute, okay? But I wanted to surprise the guys today because we hadn't seen her in a long time, and she's doing so well. I want to celebrate her, all right? Bobby says that you, if it comes up, are really bringing clarity to some perceptions that she had about her business, which is good, all right? Steve says that these are just basic fundamentals. Rachel says, greeting and duck. Just so you know, Nyla.
Whoa.
We did some things out there, man. We did some things out there. We are the people right here. We are members of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame. All right.
Let's go.
We've been inducted, man. Come on now. Don't play with us. We're here.
Don't play with them.
Don't play with us.
I said we gave you a shout out.
Oh yeah.
I see that.
Family. We always talk about Nyla every now and then, and we just we miss you. we're gonna stay in touch now for sure, okay? But Nyla, you travel a lot now, okay? Is most of it for business, or you getting some Nyla time in?
I a little bit of both. I travel because I can now, and I have to just do whatever from wherever. But I do travel for like business purposes. Like I was at the Black and Ecom conference in Atlanta, and so like I do travel to events for business purposes, and just to connect and network. And sometimes I speak at events and I'm traveling to speak there or but a lot of times I'm traveling because I don't have to stay somewhere in one place, and I get to kind of see the world.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
That's what we love to see. Again, man, it's so exciting and great, and it really does my heart well because, and with all of these guys here, we know where you've been, we know where you were, and to see what you're doing now, oh my God! So now that when you left, your car was kind of fucked up, okay?
It was.
So you had one of those cars you pull up and you turn the key off and it still run. But
Listen, okay, I got the engine. They replaced the engine. Okay, it was a Hyundai thing. They replaced the engine. It will be a brand new car. I'm trying to give it to my brother. He's in high school now, so I didn't throw it away. I kept it for them.
What you driving now, girl?
Well, see, here's the thing. I rent out a lot of my vehicles. We do Airbnbs. We have properties all over, Airbnbs and vehicles. Yeah. But also we have a rental car company. So not just Turo. I do teach people how to do both of those things, but I also have a rental car company. So, we have some Escalades. We have it just depends. We have some Audis, and I focus on the luxury side of things. But I kind of don't drive too much. I kind of Uber everywhere because I have like the luxury to do so. And so I don't too much drive as much as I kind of just Uber everywhere. I could drive if I wanted to. But right now I'm actually looking at getting another vehicle to drive now that I'm in Arizona because these people can't drive here. I don't know if you guys do here, but these people can't drive here.
Just remember.
They don't know Chicago.
Wait. Just remember there in Arizona, they don't pull you over. You just get a ticket in the mail. They got automated tickets there.
I was yesterday. They have cameras and the thing. Yeah. And it's funny you say that because I was just thinking, I was going to the doctor with my mom yesterday. I was just thinking, like, these people drive crazy. They're flying. I don't see a police officer. Like, where are they?
Not till you pop out. That's when they're gonna come. When you pop out.
Like, where are they? But yeah.
How you get 14 tickets?
I want to hear a little bit more about the businesses, Nyla.
Okay.
Before you do that, shout out to my girl Bella the Don. She was saying we should be friends. Too much in common. She's another queen that's out there doing.
What do you call it? Serial entrepreneur. Serial entrepreneur.
You know, our girl Rachel's out there doing it too.
Well, tell her.
Go ahead.
One thing. One word that I hate is serial entrepreneur. I hate that.
You don't like cereal?
No, because it's not that type of cereal. Because it's not that type of cereal.
Need some milk.
It's not that type of people that say they serial entrepreneurs is people that don't know what they're doing.
I feel like investor is because the reason why I say this, I completely understand what Chris is saying. I feel like investor is probably embodies more of it because you're bringing in multiple streams of income. I do see where I don't really use the term entrepreneur. I never really call myself that. And the reason why I don't call myself an entrepreneur is because I feel like an entrepreneur is somebody who has to constantly work in their business. When it comes to like our vehicles and our Airbnbs and stuff, there are people who do that for us. Mm-hmm. I don't do that myself. Like when we're getting approved at this point, when we're getting approved for things like Range Rovers and Escalades and Maseratis or whatever that we're getting, I don't handle those things. I feel like an entrepreneur is somebody who works in their business and not on their business, but also somebody who is striving to get. If you've ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, there's a quadrant. And each one of those quadrants, an entrepreneur or a business owner is someone who is striving to get to the investor portion. And they still have to be present in all of the day-to-day operations of their business versus like I am I go and I like put investments in other things, and then I kind of like hire people, and I give it to them, and that's and I just wait for me to get a return on my investment. Versus an entrepreneur, they're not getting an ROI or a return on their investment. They have to be there in order for them to make money. So I get what he's saying in that sense. Like, I'm sure that he doesn't go every single day to the clubs and like sit and look at the clubs. No, I mean, they're his clubs, but at this point he's an investor and he's doing something else with his time and his money, and he's kind of like diversifying his portfolio. So
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Diversifying the portfolio.
I mean, that's she's right though.
That's
I
a great
agree.
breakdown.
And and maybe we should stop. And Bella says the same thing. Basically, when you have multiple incomes with legitimate businesses, you can sit back and relax, enjoy your money, and never be ostentatious.
One thing I learned about people that said they were serial entrepreneurs is they didn't have a job and wasn't making money. Then that mean they never made their mind up on what they were really doing.
And to me, a serial entrepreneur, I mean, I wouldn't say they're not really entrepreneurs, but they are not succeeding in any one of those things that they're trying to do.
Right.
If you're trying to do too much and you're not concentrating your energies into the one, making the one great, and then moving on to the next one to make that great. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to get the first one right first. All right. Get the first one being seamless, being strategic, and being successful before you can go on and do stuff with others. That's just me.
I have a ton of students who are like that. They're like, I want to do Turo, and I want to have Airbnbs. I want to do, and I'm like, okay, well, hold on. Well, which one are we going to start first? Because we have to start somewhere. We have to get that one off the ground. It has to be producing some income, right? We're not generating revenue. We're not just breaking even. We have to actually put that in place before you can. Yes, things can run simultaneously, but when you're building, you're not building them at the same time. You got to go build something first, and then we could go talk about shifting gears. Yep, concentrate on your craft. Exactly.
Concentrate on your craft.
Yeah, because you have to do that because it's pretty much like people are telling the music business they want to do everything music, everything drives around music, but I'm like, okay, where the funding coming from? If you don't have no type of job or no one investing in you, how you gonna do music? The same thing with businesses. If you don't have a foundation that's going to invest into your other businesses, what are you doing?
Exactly.
You make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Bella said you're spending money and you're losing money at the same time.
And they don't know where. They don't know where.
Come on, man. Oh, the ladies are ruling the day, y'all, for real. Ladies are ruling the day. They giving it to us. And this is probably one of the better conversations, not just because it's a little sister, but because she knows what she's talking about. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Another example of somebody who knows what they're talking about, and you can tell she does because she's happy at it. You know what I mean? Last time we saw Nyla, it was dark in the room, okay? It was the background was all dark. Look at it, it's light now.
Wait. You had a hair all down and everything.
I had a lamp.
You had a hair all down and everything.
You know what I'm saying? Had that Bushman hair. But she has come up, and we are so very, very, very proud of you. Number one, because you did it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't ask anybody. You could have. You could have, but you didn't ask anybody. And she's taking some glam shots too, y'all. Look at this glam shot. Hold on, I can't put it up there, but look at this glam shot. As soon as it loads. See, and if you didn't know Nyla, you'd be like, damn. Okay. Look at it. Damn. Okay. But Nyla, we appreciate, well, I do at least, that you took the time to come on here and hang out with us.
We all appreciate that.
I appreciate
She's always welcome. You're always family.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, how's your mom and dad doing? And you guys don't know, I've worked with her dad for years.
Mm-hmm. He's at ASU. He's
really?
Yes, he's the director of partnerships and Some big title that he has at ASU. That's why they moved to Arizona, because he had got a big opportunity
That's
with ASU.
awesome.
Yep.
That's
So he's at
awesome.
ASU.
Yeah,
My
we
parents
worked in the education field for years together, and she come from great stock, you guys. Great stock.
They just built this huge house in Arizona, out here. That's how I ended up in Queen Creek. We're working on building our house, but they've built this huge house just back in October. They just moved here. Well, they were already here since 2023, but they just built this house in Queen Creek. Really pretty nice house, and they're doing great. My brother is at ASU. Noah is at ASU. Nolan is varsity football and all types of stuff, looking at offers and everything.
Right, just getting it in.
That's where Bella's daughter is at University of Arizona.
My brother is at ASU. Yeah.
Oh. Let's go, man.
Wow,
Let's go.
it's so great to see. It's so great. I mean, we saw the before, and now we get to see the after.
The after.
It's just amazing.
The aftermath. Go ahead, Dr. Dre. Look.
All I know is somebody owed me $1,000.
Me too. Me too.
How did you guys even guess?
Show me where I said I was gonna give you $1,000 if you guess. I didn't say that.
Monday.
There, so.
We're gonna rerun tomorrow. We're gonna rerun the first half of the Monday show. That's where it's at. That's where
Run
it's
me my money.
Go back and check it out. All right. Now, what's the main business that you have right now?
So actually, right now, that's why that is what's on the screen. I became vegan right at the end of 2021, and so I call myself plant-based over vegan, because I don't eat processed foods and all of that. I make everything myself if I'm gonna make something. So like, I'm not eating Beyond Burgers and stuff like that.
So you graze?
No, I eat good. I trust me, I eat good. So right now I'm in the process of crowdfunding and funding to create this homestead. It's called GH Homesteading. GH stands for
That ain't for you.
That's for that $1,000. You're gonna be waiting on that $1,000. But right now, we're looking at GH Homesteading. GH stands for Grandma's Hands, and so it's for our people, by our people. And while I understand, I've become an herbalist over the years of, just being plant-based, and that's kind of where I have shifted my direction. If you follow me on Facebook, I made a post not too long ago saying that I'm shifting my content because it's just what I'm passionate about at this point. But what I do know is, while it's not possible for everyone to be vegan or plant-based, it is still possible for us as a community to have food that is not injected with hormones and antibiotics, and that are being stuck in these cages and can't even walk, and being cooped up and disease filled and all of those things. And so I'm not just looking to educate and helping people learn how to heal themselves through food, but I'm looking to have a homestead, and the goal is to be nationwide and have one in not just every state, but even eventually be global. But I want, from coast to coast, people to have access, our people for specifically. So again, for our people and by our people, for us to have access to, if you're going to eat pork, at least have access to, pigs that are not cancer and disease filled, or cows that are able to graze out in the pastures, chickens that are not in coops, that are not just pumped up to be sold and be looking good, fruits and vegetables not sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. And so that's kind of, you could say, a business, but that's where we're looking to do, is to, right now I'm talking to investors and being able to service other Black businesses and Black grocery stores that are coming up, and other Black brands that are now being more prevalent in the stores, and being able to source and provide them, even individuals, clean healthy products, food from, from the earth that was put here for us to eat without all of the commercial and all the other things into it. So that's what we're working on right now. And then of course being able to provide education and being able to provide healing at the homestead and being able to come in. So right now we're raising for our first 2 homesteads, 10 to 20 acres of land each, so that we can, get everything started.
Well, Nyla, look into the Amish community, because they already have that groundwork set. And that's some clean eating, clean living. And they are, that's a community a lot of people don't know anything about, but it's all, all about natural and health and, being one with the earth. So look at some of the things that they're doing and incorporate that into your what you're doing, and it's going to be very successful. It's a large market out there for that.
And there is. There's tons of groups, and a lot of people are getting more into their health now. And now each day, I'm working with this real estate investment company where they kind of partner to have everything out in place, and we'll build everything that we're looking to do. So right now, we're just because we're wanting to work with businesses and be able to provide that, we're just getting funding, raising funding, whether it be individual donations or companies or organizations. We're just gathering the funding to be able to break ground, so to speak.
One final question, Nyla. Are you happy?
You can't see it in my face? Yes, I'm very happy. I am extremely happy. You guys know where I came from. We talked about that multiple times. And so that was a struggle in and of itself, to even find something that I felt like worked, or, to be able to like reach my full potential. And I could not be happier with the trajectory and the way that my life is going. Like, I literally go to the gym every single day. I'm eating clean. I feel better. I'm, just overall, like life-wise, everything they all work synergistically, and everything is, coming together.
Absolutely. We are so happy again to have you on the show. We're so very proud of you. Definitely. Okay. We are coming up to our 1,000th show. All right. 1,000 of them, Nyla. Yeah.
What?
1,000th show.
And you have to come.
We're at 944 now. We're at 944. So
okay.
Speaking of 1,000 show.
You're not getting that $1,000. You're just not going to get it.
We're going to
1,000.
Ding, 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 ding.
You see, they still mess with me, right?
I see.
Yeah, it's okay, but I've learned over the years to just ignore that rhetoric. That just don't need to hear it. I'm good. Nyla, we get ready to get out of here. Again, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. We can't express that enough. And we're glad that you came and surprised the guys. All right. They didn't guess it until the last minute. All right. Because yesterday was like Drew Hill coming out. Blah, blah, blah. Today, man, it's all about you. We celebrate you. We adore you. Yes. You are little sister. And hey, man, our platform is still your platform. Still.
Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for having me. I love you guys too. It was great seeing you guys. You're not getting $1,000, Chris. You could just go ahead and let that up. She's not coughing it up.
Hey, little sister, know me well. Cool. Okay, Chris, we're getting out of here. Let's go, man. Don't mention $1,000 though.
Okay. Somebody in here owe me $1,000. He said don't mention $1,000.
Here's the good part about that though, Chris. As long as I owe you, you'll never be broke. Go ahead though.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh,
that's like an IOU. You always broke it to the IOU is you.
Well, if I die, you better see Jordan, okay? And Nyla, Jordan told me to tell you hi.
Tell him I said hi. Yeah, I was just thinking about him.
He's 30 now.
I was just thinking about him. I was like, what is his birthday? I'm like, didn't he got one coming up, or he just had
November the 4th.
Yeah, his birthday is by mine. I was like, I wonder how old he is. And I was like, he got to be at least 30.
He's 30.
That's crazy. Time flies. Time flies.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Chris. Get us out of here, man. Let's go.
Hey, man. I ain't got nothing to say. Sis, she said everything.
Yeah, she sure did. It wasn't no surprise to me because I said your name shortly after Chris started doing the explain. I said, "Yep."
Today you said the name. Today.
Today.
How did you guys even guess it though? Like out of
Chris
all,
I was the one who I said it first. I said it's in Nyland.
No,
And
I
then
said
he
it
was
first.
like, "Who is
When I
that?"
after I said, "Oh yeah," and she moved to Texas.
Sure did.
Oh, you gave it away.
Yeah,
I didn't
Yes,
give
he
it
moved
away.
to
He
Texas.
gave
I
it
knew
away.
who
Then
he was
said,
talking about.
He said you called him, and I'm like, no, she didn't call you. Definitely.
He did say that. He did
I think
say
what
that.
I did.
Anyway,
I think what I did was I said a little bit too much. But go ahead, Mo. Say your piece,
I'm very, very, very. I didn't have no doubt about you succeeding and doing your thing. I never did. I've
Right.
always pumped you up and I always believed that you was gonna do what you say you're gonna do because you're just that kind of person. Again, I can't be no more prouder than you being our little sister and coming back and saying, "Hey, coming back down to the spot." You know, we Hall of Famers now, and we want to see you at that 1,000 show.
I'll be there. Y'all tell
Right.
me when 1,000 show is, and I'll be there for sure.
Cool.
It is definitely a pleasure to have you, baby girl. I'm telling you, we go back so far, and everything she did, I supported her in it. When she was doing financing, that lady, she wasn't getting my business, but you were.
Oh, you done told on.
It's just stuff they don't even know, Nyla. They don't even know we went through together. But that's what family does. They support and they there and they make sure that you're okay, even when you flying on your own. And we've been watching you, and we've been watching you grow, and we've been watching you move around. And it's just a pleasure to see the success that you have reached. We love you so much.
I love you guys
We
too.
do.
Thank you so much.
We do, Nyla. I'm gonna cry now because it's time to go. But you know what? Again, after the shows that we did with you, you would call me and we would talk for another hour at least sometimes. All right. And I really found out who you were and what you wanted to do. All right. And you didn't want all you wanted was a little nudge, which is what we all gave you. And you took that little nudge, and just like the moniker for Dope Living is take small steps, leave huge footprints. You did just that. And man, we couldn't be more happier, more prouder, more just excited for everything that you're doing and everything that you're going to do, because it ain't over, you know. So we love you, Nyla.
I love you guys too. Thank you so much for having me. I will be at the 1,000th show. Just
Already
tell
know
me
that.
when.
Already know that.
I'll be there.
We already know that.
Gina, let me know about the next DAG show.
Oh yeah, we'll be at Theater 47 in Park Forest, Illinois on November 9th. Come on out. You know, it's an awesome time. We have authors that are networking and enjoying each other and connecting and becoming friends and becoming business partners. And it's just a wonderful thing. And of course, we still have the scholarships. I have to mention that we do give the scholarships to college freshman students in the writing field. Proud to say that Bella's daughter received a scholarship last year, as well as another young lady. So we were able to give out 2 scholarships last year. So the goal this year is 3. We're going to keep on pushing those authors out of the college and out here with us making money.
Absolutely. Tomorrow, man, we normally just talk tomorrow, get some stuff off of our mind, all right? And for 30 minutes. And then the CEO Nuggets with Rachel Gary, she's going to come on tomorrow.
Yes.
Check her out.
Close the week out, okay? So that's what we got for you guys tomorrow. But today, it was all about Nyla. And Nyla, again, thank you for coming on and giving us that time, okay, sweetie?
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Love you guys.
No
Love
doubt.
you too.
This is Dope Living TV Live, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Peace.
Peace.